Constantly new features, constantly updates. If you open the Insta360 app, it's a world of creativity waiting for you.
Are you planning integrate any new technology in the future?
New products, there will be a lot of more exciting news coming out later. Every day I go to Instagram, I go to TikTok and other platforms, and I'm amazed by what people create. You know, like one idea we saw from Japan was the nose mode challenge, where people put the camera in the mouth.
Yeah,
and
I know. It's so fun.
Sorry for
It's a great honor. It's a great honor to be
Great honor.
here.
It's good to see you.
Let's start. Okay, thank you for your time. Welcome to my channel. But I have prepared my question in English, but my English is still weak. So please be gentle with me.
No problem. No problem.
Okay.
Thank you very much for visiting our office, and thank you so much for being here.
It's awesome. It's a great view.
Yeah. You know, actually, we have another office now quite near from here, where all our engineers and R&D is. But this is our marketing business office in the Shanghai area. Also very new area. You see a lot of construction here going on. It's a new developing place.
Awesome. So I previously conducted an interview with JK, founder of Insta360. I've already asked about the background of how Insta360 was created. But today, since a new product has been released, I would like to hear more about that.
Sure.
So first of all, may I ask for your self-introduction, please?
Sure. My name is Max. I'm originally from Germany. I worked for other camera companies before Insta360. And I joined Insta360 very early on in 2016, when the company was still very small. Maybe you saw we had like early products like the Insta360 Nano, Insta360 Air, which were more smartphone attachment, where you could turn your smartphone into a 360 camera. But once I joined, we also quickly evolved into more professional products like the Insta360 Pro and Titan. And that's where I joined. And since then, I think it was a quite remarkable journey, going from, early products to evolving into a more major camera brand. It's pretty exciting place to work.
Nice. So I have been looking forward to the new product announcement. Today, I'd like to talk about various topics, including the history of Insta360 X series, X4. So it's a business and it's a prospect for the future. Okay. So first of all, a new 360-degree camera, the X4, has been announced. How do you feel about that?
I feel great. I think it's a major milestone for our company since we have released this now. I'm super excited. Firstly, it's our flagship product series. Everybody who knows Insta360 knows us for these types of products. And I'm super proud that we actually brought it to a whole new level now. We have upgraded image quality. We have made this camera more rugged with removable lens guards. And on top of that, we also put in much more expertise into the software, into the user experience on the mobile side, which I think also a lot of people know us for at Insta360. And overall, I think it's really a next generation product. And will be, I think, the future industry leading 360 camera.
Amazing. So the Insta360 X3 is a blockbuster product with over 1 million units sold. So did you anticipate it would sell this well? And what do you think and a reason behind its success?
Gotcha. For me, the X3 series was always about creating very versatile type of content. It's not only one specific type of footage you can capture. It's not only action, but it's also a lot of creative shots. It's a lot of traditional shots what normal people can create. You can really push your creativity with this camera. And that's what makes this camera so interesting. It's a camera for everybody. It's not just for one specific niche, but it's for motorcyclists, it's for winter sport athletes, it's for creative videographers, for photographers. Everybody can get creative with it. And what I think what really stood out with the X3 is also like just what the users have created with it. Every day I go to Instagram, I go to TikTok and other platforms, and I'm amazed by what people create. Like one idea we saw from Japan was the nose mode challenge where people put the camera in the mouth.
Yeah,
and then
I
they
know.
get this
It's
Attack
so
on Titan
popular,
look.
but I have never tried yet.
Exactly. So there's so much amazing creative possibilities with this camera, and I'm still amazed what people do with it every day. We get inspired. So I think that's ultimately the success of this camera. That it's so versatile, so creative, and a lot of different type of people start using it.
Nice. So I am already using the X4, and it seems to be the greatly updated. I used to think the 360-degree camera were very difficult to handle, but now I will reconsider my opinion. So could I ask how the X4 has evolved compared to the X3?
I think if you look at the X4 versus X3, there's three major improvements. Firstly, about image quality, where we upgraded from 5.7K to 8K maximum resolution. So
8K.
now you can shoot 8K 30, which I think is for people like you, I think really, really exciting, because for the first time now, you are actually able to integrate that 360 footage into your cinematic vlog, into your cinematic footage very, very seamlessly. And I think that's going to be a real game changer for a lot of content creators out there. On top of that, which is also aligned with image quality and better performance, is higher frame rates. So now you can shoot 5.7K 60 and you can go up to 4K 100 FPS in 360, which I think also enables a lot of more creative possibilities, a lot more cinematic possibilities, and will, I think, create just outstanding content. Really looking forward what users going to do with it. And then, we also really listen to our users, because they always told us the fisheye lens may be easy to break. It's a little bit fragile, but how we looked into it is a new removable lens guard design. So now you have that very convenient solution.
It's like lens mount.
Exactly. So it's like, especially for action sports, or if you like out there in the mountains on a trail shooting, I think it's super handy to have that flexibility, to have extra ruggedness on top. And a lot of people have been asking for that. And thirdly, what I'm really excited about, that we continue to push the limits with our mobile app. There's new features, how you can reframe. We were looked into 360 is amazing because you can shoot everything and reframe later. So you have ultimate creative possibilities. But there's also additional time you need to invest into reframing and editing 360 footage. And how we approach this is with AI-powered editing features, where you can use AI to get the best shots, the best moments, the best angles, and turn this into an edit, or make it as easy as possible for users to edit. And that's our mission, and how we want to democratize 360 camera shooting and editing.
Nice. So I feel that 360 degrees camera have potential for the future. But they have not yet become widespread in the market. Despite this, so what do you think are the strengths of Insta360 that have evolved it to achieve sales of over 1 million sales?
I think it has a lot to do that our company is trying to be very close to the customer, to the user. I think that's also, if you walk through our company, there's a lot of mission statements, and one of them is really being user-centric. So every day, our engineers, our marketing team members, they go to our Facebook groups, they go to our mobile app and look what people are actually doing with this camera, and really closely listen to the user. And I think through this constant user feedback, constant user listening, we are able to identify the pain points of our camera. And then with our engineering here in Shenzhen, are able to move quite quickly to improve things, to improve certain points. And there's like a lot of examples where I found issues on our Facebook group where people were complaining, oh, this lens is too rugged. And then I gave this feedback to our engineers, and then there's constant discussion like how we can improve it. And sometimes these features can be solved, or these issues can be solved with software updates, that we push an update by next week because it's simple to fix. So both on the software and the hardware side, we constantly try to evolve this camera and make it better. And I think this is ultimately the reason why we are successful, that we keep evolving the product, keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible. And the core engine for that is the user feedback, I think.
Amazing. So I have been using Insta360 for many years. So I believe its appeal not only the hardware, but also in the software. So why does Insta360 offer such an excellent user experience, something Japanese company have not been able to achieve?
Yeah, I think it has to do, again, with a lot of great talents working in our company, that we pay a lot of attention to software experience. If you look at our engineer number, more than 60% are actually software engineers. So usually you would think of a camera company, the majority being hardware engineers, but actually we pay even more attention to the software side of things, because that's what we learned with 360, that a lot of the experience actually comes from the software, not so much from the hardware. Ultimately, hardware will be very similar in the future, where we think we can differentiate ourselves is more the software side. And I think that's where we always have paid attention to, and we still use a lot of the R&D and investments we put into 360 camera also for other types of cameras, like our tracking algorithm, Deep Track. We use in our flow gimbal. We use in other cameras, or see with the X3 camera we developed the gesture control, which is also powered by AI. We use that both in the Ace Pro, but also now in the X4. And there's a lot of these features that are really more software driven, and now more and more also AI driven. So we have added around 100 AI engineers just working on AI powered solutions. And you can see these features already implemented, whether it's like automatic editing with AI, such as the Shot Lab series, but also going into more image enhancement algorithms, such as pure video, pure shot, where we use AI and machine learning to enhance the image quality of certain pictures or videos. And this, I think, is something that I also personally, me coming from Germany, we also have a lot of established camera brands there, where we can really be different to other camera brands, that we really focus on software and constantly new features, constantly updates. And if you open the Insta360 app, it's a world of creativity waiting for you. There's so much to do. Sometimes a little bit too much, but personally, I really like the creative options, and there's so much things to do with it.
Nice. So I'd like to hear the Japanese market. So what was the response in the Japanese market about X3?
I think the X3 camera has been successful in Japan. It's our top 3 market worldwide. So Japanese
it's a great honor.
Thank you. Yes, I think the Japanese users are very creative with the camera. We see a lot of creative adoption. We also leverage a lot of creative campaigns, such as No Drone, No Problem, where people use the camera on a selfie stick trying to imitate a drone shot. And then people are wondering, oh, is this a drone shot or not? I personally also was in Tokyo few years ago in Shibuya crossing, and I do the No Drone, No Problem shot.
Amazing. It's hard to permit the
it's
drone
hard to
in
get a
Shibuya.
drone. Exactly.
Yeah.
So you use your Insta360 camera with the selfie stick, and you get these amazing third-person view shots by yourself. And that's what I can see a lot from Japan, a lot of creativity coming. But now more and more also we see a lot of winter sports applications, motorcycling applications in Japan. And we see there's much more growth, because traditional Japan is a big market for cameras. And I think just we need to explain more of the benefits to people. What are the benefits of 360 cameras? And once people hear about it, they're super excited. They want to try it. I'm very confident the Japanese market will also be an important market for us in the future with the X4 launch.
Nice. So compared to the market, this China and the US, so do you face any challenges in the Japanese market?
I think the number one challenge is definitely localization, I would say, to localize content.
Localized.
The Japanese culture is different is unique compared to the US and China. There's like definitely unique characteristics, but nonetheless, we now rely on more and more local people on site. We just opened a Tokyo office where we have around 10 people there, and I'm gonna expand even further, where we try to do more localization, being more closer to the customer, having better availability in Japan is also really important. We see some differences in terms of consumer behavior, that people prefer offline versus online buying, or that people want to experience the camera before actually purchasing it, and they want to see it in real life. So there's some differences, but at the same time, we also see actually the Japanese market as a great inspiration for other global markets, such as the US. You know, for example, the nose mode campaign that we talked about. This is something originally coming from Japanese users, and then we used this concept to bring it to the US, who also got very excited about it. Or recently, we saw Bruno Mars going to Tokyo, and he used the camera to get amazing shots in Tokyo City. So that was amazing. So you can see like a lot of also exchanges between cultures and a lot of inspiration we can get from Japan.
Nice. So the fact the Japanese was added in Insta360 X4 really, filled the company's commitment.
For sure. Yeah. I think it's another major, localization that we now have this feature also available for Japanese users. It's after Chinese and after English is the first language we localized.
Yeah, it's important. So because Japanese cannot understand the English easily.
Exactly.
So nice. Okay, so I would like to hear more about product X4. So what was the biggest challenge in developing the X4?
I think one of the biggest challenges was to think how we could develop that better image quality enhancement and combine it with the right capacity improvements. Like 8K image recording requires a lot of data processing. It requires a lot of better chipsets to be involved. So now we have a 5 nanometer AI chip involved in this camera that can handle this big size data. And we also thought about how we can solve the problem of having such an amazing image quality, but also having such amazing big file sizes. So that was a problem we tried to encounter. But now after I use this camera, I think I can say we solved this quite good because we use like clever things like proxies. We use like a simple simplification of the 8K footage that when you edit on your phone, you get a proxy version of it and you can export it. We have like, Wi-Fi editing enabled. So there's a lot of these workflow improvements that can help you to handle this 8K footage. You don't need to download all of it. You can just do this via service or via mobile app, and the experience is still very smooth. So we really made sure that yes, we want better image quality, but we also want to keep the user experience high, and I think we accomplished that. But it was a tough challenge, and it also required us to upgrade the hardware and the chipset inside the camera.
Nice. So AI has been trending in recent 3 years. So what are the advantage of the AI implement in the X4 and application in practical use?
Gotcha. I think there's two types of AI in this camera. Firstly, with this new AI-powered 5 nanometer chip, we just have higher processing speeds. We can process data much quicker. That gives the user a better experience. They don't need to wait. They don't need to have any bottlenecks on the experience side. But secondly, also in terms of image fine-tuning, image enhancement algorithm, that's something that a lot of people just take for granted, but actually it requires a lot of machine learning, such as pure video, pure shot. These are algorithms that really bring HDR and the whole image enhancement technology to a whole new level. And secondly, where we pay so much attention to is the AI editing experience, like on the editing side, that you have so much amazing 360 footage, but it requires a lot of time and energy to edit all of that. So AI can help you to save a lot of time, to get the best moments, and make use of your footage. With traditional action cameras, I always had the problem. Personally, I'm a skier. So when I go skiing, I shoot a lot of content, but then I ended up never using it, So I never really used it. It was on my computer, but with AI, I can just press a button and at least get some shots out that I can share with my friends and family. I can share with on social media. So I think AI helps a lot of people to make use of their footage and also save a lot of time. And we want to further enhance these algorithms to really make 360 footage and 360 editing as easy as it gets.
Nice. So I'd like to hear the future. So are you planning integrate any new technology in the future in the 360 product or X series?
Gotcha. Yeah. I think firstly, we are also, even though we launched the X4 series, X3 users can also be confident that we keep updating their cameras. Just this week or next week, we're gonna roll out a new update for the X3 series with some small enhancement. But you can see that even though we launch new products, we want to make sure that our existing customers also get a good experience. And in terms of new products, there will be a lot of more exciting news coming out later. I cannot talk about too much, but you know, Insta360 is usually known for a lot of exciting product announcements. We have a lot of exciting things coming out, but for the X series specifically, I think my main message is that also X3 will be still a great camera out there. It still has, you know, especially for social media, a lot of people still can use X3. It's still a great camera. But if you want that best image quality, the flagship version of our X series, then you should go for the X4.
Nice. So in such a competitive field, so do you have any strategies to succeed in the market?
Yeah, you're right. I think the camera companies and camera market is very
not
competitive.
only smartphone.
Yes,
right?
yes. I think one is smartphone definitely, but the other one is also we're competing against more professional cameras like DSLR cameras. We're competing against traditional cameras. So our how we always approached it, we don't want to just copy what has been on the market. If we bring out a new product, it always has to be different. It always has to add something that pushes the industry forward. So my advice really for a new camera brand or a new imaging brand is to try new, question things, how people pursued cameras. You know, 360 also in the beginning, everybody thought it's like an application for watching on a headset or watching on a virtual reality. But actually in the end, how we thought about it, it's revolutionizing travel, pocket, and action cameras because there's so many benefits that you can live in the moment with it. You're able to capture everything, and later on you choose the best moment, the best memory. It's like a time machine. It's like something with a 360 camera. I think you're truly able to capture time, and I think ultimately camera companies need to further think about, you know, the unique values, what their products can offer, and how to push boundaries forward. And I think that's what we always try to do. And you can see this in the DNA of all our products, that there's always a new feature, always a new enhancement, always something different to traditional products. And that's what we continue want to do. And why it's so important to listen to our customers and users, because they're the greatest inspiration. I think that's the ultimate key to success, that you listen to your customers and you look out for inspiration from them.
Nice. So yeah, I have asked everything I wanted to ask. Thank you very much. And
thank you very much.
Finally,
Yeah.
so please share a message to Japanese creators.
Cool. So for Japanese creators, I'm really looking forward what they're gonna create with the X4 camera. I can't wait for it, especially if I go to places like, Hokkaido in the mountains or diving suits in the south. There's so much creative things you can do with this camera, whether it's like urban areas, it's nature. I'm really looking forward for that, and I hope they will tag our Japanese social media account, and I will make sure to check it every morning.
Nice. Thank you for very much your time today. So I'm looking forward to continuing
Great
work with Insta360.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.